First, we're going to start off. Everybody makes mistakes. We've all been young. We've all had times where we got into altercations that we shouldn't have. And that's apparently what happened here. Catching everybody up, Shilo Sanders, news broke earlier this week that he had filed for some type of bankruptcy and that he was trying to avoid paying a nearly $12 million lawsuit that was filed against him in Texas. So let's catch everybody up. All right, as many people know, Shilo grew up in the Dallas area. He went to a high school by the name of Focus Academies in Dallas, Texas, all right, which was a AAA academy. There is a plaintiff called John Darjean. John, according to his legal documents, sustained injuries from Shilo when he was attacked during a disciplinary action against Shilo after he was being disruptive in class. More specific facts are Shilo violated the no phone policy. He was 15 years old, 16 years old at the time. You know, these teenagers love their phones. And he was getting escorted to the administrative office or area, whatever the case may be. Of course, Coach Prime gets notified, and one of Coach Prime's assistants, that's what is alleging, had Coach Prime on the phone when he went to go talk to John Darjean, the security guard. According to Darjean, he was instructed by Coach Prime to get the phone away from Shilo. He goes to where Shilo is in an administrative area and then goes to acquire the phone. According to him, that's when the physical altercation happened, all right? So he tried to get the phone away from him. Shilo slammed his elbow into Darjean's chest and continued to hit Darjean after he fell. He claims he was taken to the hospital and he suffered a broken neck, damage to his cervical spine, neurological injuries, blah, blah, blah. If you go and Google the TMZ clip, I can't show it, they'll flag my video. But if you go and look at the video, it is really hard to think that that amount of injuries happen in less than 7 seconds. It's a 7-second tussle, and it does not appear that Shilo threw any kind of punch or any kind of elbow. But that's another story, another day. Why am I saying that? This is the part where we got to call a spade a spade. You got to be responsible, all right, no matter what it is. That nobody perished in this incident. That means there's no way it should be a $12 million judgment. So now I know what you're thinking. How did we get here? How did we get here is John Darjean, for his credit, said these things happen, alleged these things happen, filed a lawsuit in civil court, and served Shilo. Shilo did not answer the lawsuit, or he did not show up for trial. And when that happens, a default judgment happens, and everything that the plaintiff asserts is considered true. At that point, the court is going to award you damages based on whatever you say. So there's no way in hell he should have gotten an $11 million, $12 million judgment for that. You can look at the video. Even if he had injuries, it's not a severe enough injury where you get $12 million. $12 million is where people can't function in life anymore, or their life has been taken away from them, and you got to pay their family members. Okay, it's not that kind of thing for a 15-year-old kid. So when Shilo finally got around to getting back at this legally, he decided to file for bankruptcy. And there's rich people bankruptcy and poor people bankruptcy, all right? So he has something in common with Antonio Brown. Poor people bankruptcy is Chapter 7. Chapter 7 means you're going to a trustee, and your trustee is going to mark off each and everything that they can sell and sell your shit off to pay the debt of the creditors. When you file Chapter 11 or Chapter 13, that's for richer folks, people with businesses themselves, or rich folk. That's what Antonio Brown filed. Now, you do that, you're trying to get your creditors to understand you got to come up with a plan, and this is what you can pay, and then discharge your debt. That does not mean you're broke. That does not mean you're going to have to sell off everything to get out of it. No. Once you get a plan to say, I'm going to sell this, and that, that's going to be the end of the debt. All right, just loosely. Not telling you anybody any legal advice, but that's the difference between poor people and rich people. Shilo filed the rich person's bankruptcy, and he's trying to discharge that debt, a $12 million debt. And in that, his NIL earnings came into play. Why did his earnings come into play? Because the plaintiff is alleging it's all bullshit. Meaning, no, you actually have more money than what you're saying. Shilo saying he has only about $300,000, $400,000 in assets. The person saying, no, you have other companies, it's in a trust, whatever the case may be, you are not alleging what you actually have. And it's coming up against a lot of NIL reports, such as On3, that says that his NIL value is at about $1 million to $2 million. So that's problematic. It is. I can understand that. So going through this process, I just want to say that, it's really, it just seems really advantageous to go after a millionaire's kid, and now this kid is in a position to potentially go to the NFL and make a name for himself, and he's getting NIL money. Now, again, I want to make sure I'm fair. He did the right thing. I'm talking about the plaintiff. I'm not agreeing with his claims whatsoever, but if you feel that you've been wronged by someone, you are within your legal rights to file a lawsuit. You are. I'm not saying you are, but that's the fault of the defendant. You should not, there's no way you should be paying a $12 million judgment, but now here you are. Now you're trying to, move around things and declare bankruptcy. Those are the type of things that if you don't handle your business, that can creep up on you. This could have been a $50,000 settlement. Everybody goes home, and instead it's all of this. So it's a real shame. Again, Shilo's saying that he only has $500,000 in assets, consisting of a Mercedes-Benz truck and a Robinhood stock portfolio account. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I think it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Heritage Sports.